Well, hello, welcome to Fisherman Dean Model A series. Working on this Model A 31 Ford slant window, and we're gonna put a go from original generator to a 6-volt positive ground alternator. So stay tuned for the fun. Anyway, hang in there. I'm sure how good the lighting is here, but we got a generator here. We're gonna try to get out of here if we can and switch over to a generator, an alternator. So I'm gonna get all the bolts out of here and see if we can remove this first and see what we got. So got things pretty loose down here already, so stay tuned as we keep rolling on the Model A series, making this a better runner. That's a good runner to start with, but we're just going to get it a little more efficient. I like the idle down nice and low. When I bring the idle down low, it doesn't charge as well, and I don't want to fool around with the third brush anymore. So I've just decided that I'm going to go to a generator, go from generator to an alternator, and let's see what that does. If it doesn't work, I can always switch back, and I've got other cars too, so I can basically switch back and forth if I want to, between different hardware if I want to. So not a big deal. So let's see if we can get this all apart in an easy way. And of course I'm doing everything by hand, which is the way I like to do things anyway, but let's see if we can make this work. So we got to come up with a couple of little wrenches here to get that off first too. So but been a while since this stuff is coming apart, but it comes apart by hand, so we're getting it. So yep, hang with it. All right. I don't know if you want to sit there and do all the sit there and watch me do all the wrenching stuff, but I figure we could do a lot of content and we cut out whatever we don't want to use and go from there if we have to. But we'll figure it out. Just stay tuned here for a second. Yep. Get it down to what we want. Yep. This is all tight finger stuff. Yeah, all tight finger stuff. Here it comes. There it comes. Get that main bolt out of there. I'll leave the cutoff and everything right on the generator, and just take the wires off. And there we go. I don't know if that thing will come all the way out or not. If I have to take the belt off first to do it, we'll try. See if I can push that forward enough to do it. There's the nut in the washer. Yeah, we'll find a spot on the bench here to put that stuff first. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Pop that nut through. And it goes as far as the... Let me see if I can get that past that. Alright. And it comes out that way, okay. Let's get the belt off if we can. There you go, belt off. And then we'll see if we can get the bolt out. And that's a little tight, but let's see if we can get this apart. There we go. All right. Next thing, see if we can get that small. If I can or not, we'll try. See what we got here. Not sure what size that is, but let's find out what size that is and take that apart. It's too big. It's gonna have more size. Yep. Do. Okay. There you go. It's off. Oh, saw something fall down. I don't know what that was. I don't know if we had a nut in that. No, we'll try. Let's find out what we got. Right. There we go. Like I say, this generator worked really, really well. Just didn't like, I like my stuff idling a little bit lower than what this would idle at. And I figure we're gonna go with something a little bit better charging at lower RPMs is what I'm looking to do. So let me find a couple of nuts I just dropped here. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's what I dropped or not, but I don't know. Anyway, okay. I think I got all the pieces anyway, so let's see what happens. All right, next piece. Put on that. Yeah. This piece. Okay. Okay, so here's this goes on first. So, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is the bracket that goes on. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I put this bracket on first. Here's the go like this, is how it appears. We're gonna see how this stuff works, if it works or not. I don't think that goes on that way. It goes the other way. So this is the top one. This is the bottom one using the original stuff is what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Whoop, I just hit the camera against the thing, didn't I? All right, let's see what I got here. All right. Let's see what I got here. About this in here somehow, right? Okay. With the washer and a nut. So does that turn? I think that does turn. So I have to figure out how this works. Okay. I'm gonna get that tight, I guess. Let's get a couple of wrenches for that. So this was 11/16 I thought, right? So 11/16 on this one. Let's see what I got. All right. Get this tightened back up again. We're gonna get this so everyone's up there. Yeah. Not sure how any of this even works, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. That's the best I can say. If I do it wrong, tell me in the comments. That's all. Yeah, tell me in the comments. So we'll try that to start with. Pick a spot. By the way, these alternators come with no direction, so you know, that never helps. But anyway, all right. So we'll put the generator goes through with that bolt. That's what I think. So we'll try this with this bolt, right? No idea what direction this goes through, but we'll figure it out as we go. This goes on the inside, does it? Or on the outside? I think it goes on the inside. All right, we'll figure this out too. I don't know how well you can see this. I'm sure I'll be editing a lot of this out to make it clear. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll try it. Yeah, let's see if we can get this. No. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. I don't know which goes. Anyway, let's try it this way. They can see it better from here, maybe. Is that right? Right there? I think it goes like that. Okay. I think we're getting it. I think we just got it to go all the way through. Nope, didn't go through yet, but let's see what we got. All right, that should go all the way through like that. I'm gonna see if I can get this to go on there, right? So now we gotta do that. We just gotta make sure it lines up too. That's the other thing, right? Okay, let's get a thing on the back. So I need a washer and a nut on that one. So hopefully we can figure this out as we go. Hopefully we can figure this out as we go. I don't know. See what happens, right? So that goes there. So maybe I need to tighten that bottom one first. Are we gonna find out? I don't know. Does that look like it's in the right spot or no? Yeah, it looks pretty close, I would say. Okay. Sure looks close to me. Probably should have found out what size nut that was before I even put that on. So this has been relatively quick so far if I'm doing it right. Let you know in a minute here. So let's try another. I think that's a size smaller set of stuff here. So let's see what we got here for size here. All right. No, it's not that one. I'm on the wrong one. What am I in the wrong one here, bro? Okay, yeah. All right. That's 1 wrench, 2 size big. So that's what, 5/8. It's too big, so it'll be 9/16, I guess. Try 9/16. See what that does. Let's see what we got going on here. You still with me, guys? Hopefully you're still with me. I'm still working here. Yep. And that's what size that is. So what size is this? Pretty close, no, that's what it is. It's 9/16, so all right. So let's go the other way around. Let's put the 9/16 over here. That says 9/16. Yeah, let's go 9/16. Yep. So we're tightening the top one here. We're doing okay. Yep. I'm not gonna go crazy tight here, I don't think, but let's get it relatively close. I'll pull this back to wherever that's got to be. What's moving now? It's the top one, right? Okay. Let's see if we can get this to go tight. I don't know if this is a one-man job or not. We're gonna find out here in a minute. Tighten this thing, but I think it comes with a wrench set to tighten that stuff up, I think so. Yeah, let's see what we got here, if I can do it this way. Still not tight yet. I guess it has to have that bar to do it, be tight. That's what it does. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? All right, comes with a another bracket that we have to look at. It's this bracket here. And this bracket is what keeps it tight. And this replaces a specific nut bolt on one of the. Let me get this clean here for a minute. Rubbing shit on my fenders. Let's see what we got here. So this is going to be tied to something down here onto one of those, right? That's what that's going to do. Okay, got to find out where that goes. It looks like it has a half round on here, so hit something round. So it must go like this, or down here on this or something. What does it do to push that tight? It's a loose bolt, huh? Okay. That's where it's got to go, like that, I would think. That would keep it tight. And that's what we're looking for. All right, so that's going to go into, this one's going to be removed. And this goes into this, I take it. Doesn't look right. So maybe this goes between here and here. It comes with no directions, guys, so it's, bear with me as you try to figure this stuff out. But is that where it goes, like that? Maybe. Might be. So it looks like we're moving this bolt on the cam gear cover and installing this in that spot. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this was the strangest thing with that kind of a tensioner. It just, you take out one of the bolts that holds the cam cover on and you slide this in, and it has kind of like a triangular shape thing here for a spacer. And then you put your bolt and your lock nut on that, and it just pushes up against the inside of the alternator, and it just pushes against it, so it's just tight against it. There's no attachment. It's got like a semi round curve to it, so it pushes against it and seriously it locks itself in a little bit like that. But I just pulled against this back enough while I was tightening this, and it's tight. It is tight. But that seems kind of cheesy to me. Maybe it needs to be looked at. A couple of things too, like the threads for this alternator. When you put on the gear, it's got like an end nut that goes on there, and that's, I see a whole bunch of threads here that's still there. It doesn't go down flush. Maybe it's not supposed to. I don't know. But other than that, it's on tight. It's a single wire setup, so it's got a bunch of extra bolts on here for whatever reason. I'm not sure what those bolts are for, but this is your contact wire. So here's my setup goes on here. There should be 2 wires that'll attach here, and that should be everything I need to make this thing work. RPMs, I guess, excite it. I don't know, but I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to attach some of these things the way they should be attached, I guess. Now, there are loops on there, so we'll see what happens when I do that. But pretty simple setup, as long as it's right. Yeah, they came up with different. Nope, this one doesn't even seem like this is going to fit over the top of this thing, but see if that goes on. Yeah, it's just about the right size. So it's going to be pretty tight going over the top of that, if that's going to go over at all. But these might have to be drilled out a little bit to get over the top of that head there to make it work. But yeah, so yeah, give me a minute here, and I'll see if I can get that kind of screwed out and see if we can make these the right size to go on there. But it's a single setup, just like the generator is, and we'll go from there. So hang with me. I'll be back to you in a second. A couple things I had to do. I talked about back here, this is kind of an odd scenario for this, but it does make it solid. The two wires go on a single post. It's a single wire Chevrolet alternator is basically what it is. That's turned into a 6-volt positive ground. Single post, so take all of my wires that I currently had going to my post on my generator. I'll take you over here for real quick. So we have a single post generator where everything went to. I can't tell you the screws going here now, but it went on the screw post here, and then so it went from there over to this single post here on this alternator, and it has a single nut. Now this is a real easy install, by the way, but there's no directions, and it is questionable, and I had to kind of dig out these original wires to make them fit over this post, by the way, too. So so there's a little bit of handiwork that's got to be done in order to make it fit. It's not completely plug and play, although it's so simple that you question exactly what or how it's supposed to be done, because there is no directions with this. I did pick this up on eBay. I paid about $180, I think, for it, for the whole alternator setup and everything. And it did. You want to make sure if you buy one, you want to make sure that you get the proper adjustment stuff that for tightening, and the proper bracket that goes down here that utilizes the original block mounting holes and stuff. So it's kind of a bracket. Use the old bracket holes. It has a bracket itself to mount this newer alternator on, and then it has a bracket back here that for tightening, for tensioner, to make it tight. And once you get it on, belt size, I used they said they had different choices between the size of the belt. I picked the 5/8. There's a 5/8 3/4, I guess, which is the actual size, but I picked what the Model A belt size was to get the proper pulley on this. The alignment is near perfect. I haven't run it yet, but it looks near perfect. They asked you for indexing, and the indexing is how you want the where you want the wire post in conjunction to the mounting post. I actually went 90, so it's 12 o'clock, I should say. I went 12 o'clock, so it's directly above, so it gives me the wires in pretty much the same spot, physical spot, is where the cutout on the generator was. Now you can see when you put this on, it takes a lot less room and stuff, gives a little more space here. There are attachment stuff here, obviously, for different installations. I think I'll be removing all that stuff later on. I'll take all it off. Just I don't even get stuff on there hanging up, and I don't really want to tighten it up or anything. But I don't know if they're caps or anything. This is obviously just a tensioner, different type of tensioner that you don't use with this particular application. So we're gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Pretty much installed. I'm just gonna go back and tighten everything up, and then we'll figure out, see how well it works. All right. So hang in there. Appreciate the likes and shares and subscriptions and all that stuff to this site. We're gonna do a little bit more. Hopefully do a lot more. Plan this Friday to head out and go to the New England meet and look at a bunch of cars and stuff, and hope to tape all that stuff too. So we'll be doing a little bit more here, finish this up, and then we'll move on to the next project. So appreciate everybody watching and subscribing and all that stuff, and thanks for support. Appreciate it. All right, let's give this a shot, and let's turn our fuel on. All right, and connect our battery. Just got temporary attachments here for most of the stuff that I'm doing, so that's what you got there. Just kind of put that on for a moment. All right, hopefully I don't need to know too much here. Oh, this, I need a key, don't I? All right, hang on. Hang on a second. Let me find a key for this thing. This vehicle, and I will be right back. And all right, there we go. There we go. I got it. Yep. Yep. All right, put the key in. Neutral. As my mother would say, neutral. Turn the key on. Out of gear. Hit the button. All right, what is that noise? All right, that's what we gotta find out. That's not the noise we wanted to hear. So let's see what we got. All right. Heard something I didn't like to hear. So what are we hitting? Sounds like we're hitting something. No? I got something ain't right? I don't see anything. What would make that noise? Sounded like we were cranking something that shouldn't be cranked, right? That's all tight. Everything's tight. Everything's around. I've got the battery on. This is all on, right? Looks tight. I don't see anything down that should be hitting. I don't think we're on anything. No. I don't see anything in the way. So what would that be? Don't have anything. Make sure there's nothing down here in the bottom that could be in the way of the battery. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No, I don't feel anything that's touching any battery here, so I don't know what that noise would be. They go through everything. All right, let me do some digging here. See if I can get my light and go through it and see if I can find out what's going on. But clearly related to the generator, or the alternator. Oh, I should say, keep saying generator, alternator, because that's the only thing I've changed. I got the one wire on. I don't know if it'd be anything related to any of these things that shouldn't be on here, but it's nice and tight, but it's clicking. So, all right, let me do a little investigating before we go too far, because I don't want to burn anything up, and we'll see what happens. But that clicking noise, didn't have that before, so we'll figure it out. All right, stay with me. Yep. Here's the test. I had to do a couple of things here. That bracket. There's a bracket that goes between the original engine bracket and the alternator. And if you don't get that exactly right, the fins on the cooling fans of that alternator bang against that, and you get a tap noise. More than a tap. It's a loud banging kind of noise. So what I did was take all that all apart and then reset it up on the table, figure out exactly where it's going to be so nothing's going to touch. And I might even go back and do it again to make sure I got it exactly right. Tucking everything down, because it's kind of creepy when they did that. Now, so that's in, that's running. I started the engine. She's running. Now at this idle, we did not get any charging at all. Right now, I can't tell you what we're charging at, but we're definitely charging. So we were not charging at all with the generator at this speed. So now we are charging. So went to an alternator, 6-volt positive ground, same setup, just removed the original generator, which worked fine. I just like my car idling lower, and if it's idling lower, it doesn't charge. And I don't like to keep having to go in and adjust the generator inside by removing this bracket, the bracket right here, and adjusting that third brush every time I want to run my lights and stuff. So anyway, so that's we're on. So the next thing to figure out is, do we blow light bulbs? How's the horn work? Horn works nice and quick and whatever. Sounds snappy. Let's see where the lights are. Lights are nice and bright. They were nice and bright before, so we're not blowing any bulbs, so that's cool too. But the car is running, it's idling, everything's still working, and I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape here, primarily because the alternator is now charging where the generator was not at this idle. So I'm pleased. We're just gonna have to figure out come out in the daylight, do a little more work on it, see what's going on here. But so we successfully installed a generator. Seems to work, seems to be charging. I didn't have to go through anything crazy. I did have to figure out that the mounting system, the alternator to the engine, is a crazy, kind of crazy modified piece of whatever that comes with the kit. Play with it first on the generator, on the alternator, before you try to put it on the car, because you can put it in a spot that is going to give you a clang, clang, clang. It does not sound good. It sounds like something's going on. The adjustment piece that's in there too, I'm not a fan of that. I had it on the way that it came in the box. I turned around, put it the opposite way, seemed to fit better. I didn't go through that whole thing, but we're up and running. I don't have half of the clang, clang, clangs and the crazy noises that I was getting out of that other generator. It sounded like a bearing was going bad in it. So I think it's a win-win here at this point. So stay tuned, and we will let you know how this finally works out. And then again, I just want to say thanks for following the channel. Fisherman Dean Model A series, 31 Model A slant window, Little Rhody Model A Club. I'm the program director for Model A Club, technical program director and technical director with Dennis also. Co-captains here for the Model A Club. And if you're interested in joining the Model A Club, we'd love to have you. We're looking at membership is $22 per year. Fun group of people, growing membership, and we do technical stuff like what you see here every meeting, which is every month. Second Sunday of every month at the Cornerstone Methodist Church in Coventry on Main Street. So 2 p.m. meetings on Sunday, second Sunday of the month. We'd love to have you. And again, as always, like and subscribe, and appreciate following my channel. Okay, thank you. Take care.